This is going to be a video on the First Alert carbon monoxide alarm. I'm going to give you some info on how to install the thing, how to mount it on the wall, or it's just got a little stand over here, they said, that you can leave this sitting on the table and you don't have to mount it if you don't want to. I'm going to read some of the info that is in the instruction manual that you might have lost. Some people are complaining about this unit. Check the date on the back, make sure that it was delivered in date instead of a couple years out of date. Some people are upset that they didn't get all the screws or the anchors. Not a big deal. You can pick that up at the store or just return it and get another one. One of the complaints is the mounting, the old one. What is the model over here? The model is, oh boy, C01210. And this one is, where the heck is it? CO710. So some of the people are not too happy. The old version, I believe, was 2.5 inches spacing on the anchors. This one is 2.58, which really, there's no excuse for that. There really isn't. Shame on you, First Alert. The problem is that you cannot mount it with the anchors that are in the wall. Hopefully you were smart enough to remove this before you painted the wall. Otherwise, what I would do is I would just move this up a fraction from where the screws are that you have now. Take the screws out, leave the anchors in there, put the new screws and anchors in the wall, and you should be fine without a big complaint. The old one, I ran into this, so there is a little metal tangy thing that is mounted on the back so that when the, you can see over there, insert metal clip to disable alarm prior to disposal. I did that and it would not shut off, so I ended up going in there and moving the switch. On the new version, if your alarm goes off, what they want you to do is they want you to break this little plastic tang over here and then flip the switch to turn it off. When you first start off, to activate, you will flip the switch up. It will activate it. I believe once you break this tang and flip the switch, it's never coming on again. It's totally deactivated. There's the date over there. Make sure that you're not too far out of date. I'm only a couple months out. Let me go over and read some of the stuff in the manual for you now. So there it is. To deactivate battery, breakaway tab, and move switch to deactivate position. Once deactivated, the alarm can't be reactivated and must be replaced. Order replacement parts. They just said you can't order replacement parts. What else is there? Let's go find the manual. And this is really important if you don't know how to take this off the wall and see it. Alarm guide. 4 chirps, you are in trouble. Get out of the house. 3 chirps, malfunction. You might have the ERR for error on the screen. That means you got a piece of junk, throw it away. Or what I would do is contact First Alert. If you have this date thing, and usually on the phone they'll just send out a new one. Not always, but 5 chirps, end of life. That's what happened with this piece of junk over here. I didn't know what was chirping in the house. 5 chirps, freaked me out. Found it, ended up messing with this in the middle of the night to shut it off. So let's go get out the alarm is sealed, no replaceable serviceable parts, and then they say order replaceable user manual. All right, hold on. If this video helps you out, please do a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, all that cool stuff. I'll leave an affiliate link in the video description if you want to order this thing. Some people are just not happy, but people aren't happy in general with everything and anything. So you really can't go with that. There aren't too many companies that make these things. There is Kitty Alarms and First Alert, and unless you're going to go into a commercial unit, that's about all you're going to find. This kind of limits where you can install this anywhere. Don't put it in the garage, don't put it by the kitchen, don't put it by a furnace, don't put it where it's extremely dusty. Well, that includes everything in all of our houses. Don't put it closer than 20 feet to a furnace or fuel burning thing or heat source. Now that knocks out the heater and the heater vents and the kitchen, and don't put it within 5 feet of an appliance. Don't put it extremely humid areas, so you can't put it by the bathroom. Colder, most of us, if you live below 40 degrees, then you got a major problem anyway. Turbulent air like ceiling fans, heater vents, air conditioning. So that is just about everywhere in your house. Activate prior, so what they want you to do is move the activation switch, the switch that I just showed you, this thing over here, move it to on. The horn chirps and all segments of the little display are going to activate. Test the alarm weekly. Okay, to permanently deactivate it, I showed you that switch over there, how you break it. Once deactivated, you can't turn it on again. You can either wall mount it or table mount it. If it's placed on the table, yeah, this is great. If it's placed on the table, don't put it more than 3 feet up so when you drop it on the floor, it won't break. Ay, ay, ay. When you first turn it on, that little switch I showed you, display glows and the horn chirps, chirp. When the alarm is first activated, all segments will turn on. Then the temperature is displayed in Fahrenheit. Alarm receives power. Horn should be silent, so that's usually during the day or night. Temperature will be displayed in Fahrenheit. During testing, a single beep will be issued after pressing and holding the test button. The test button is this little button on the top. It says test and silence. So a single beep, when you press it, you get a single beep. A 4-beep pattern will be issued twice. So when you test this thing out once a month, which no one's going to do, you press the thing once, you're going to hear a beep, and then you're going to hear beep, 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 and then you're going to hear beep, 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 beep. And the display glows and shows TST for test. Several levels are also displayed, and the alarm level shows increasing. Okay, that's great. CO alarm, sensor has detected. Okay, so we're seeing what the display is. If you see CO alarm, there's enough bad stuff in the air to trigger the alarm. Blue light glows and the horn sounds loudly. Beep, 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 beep. And then a pause. If your CO alarm sounds for more, okay, so if you got that, you're in trouble. Get the heck out of the house. If it needs service, like I told you, 3 chirps, and you're going to have the error code on there. End of life, you're going to have the 5 chirps. It's going to say end on the display, and then you throw it in the trash. Mounting. Okay, so 3/16 of an inch or 5mm drill bit, flathead screwdriver. Choose to locate on the wall. Do not install the alarm closer than 4 inches from where the wall meets the ceiling. So you don't want to have this that high up on the ceiling or by the wall. Did I say that right? You don't want to have this on the wall that close to the ceiling. So it shouldn't be that high up on the ceiling because the gas usually stays on the ground. They give you a little mounting guide. Whoa, look at this. This is unbelievable. 2.5/8 of an inch. Remember I said the other one was 2.5. This is 2 2 5/8. The other old one was 2.5 inches. Or the millimeters over there. What do we have? 3/16. Drill a hole, knock your anchors in there, and then put your screw in there, and then slide your alarm onto the screws until you hear the click in place. Test the alarm like I just showed you with pressing the button. It has a memory. I believe it says the memory erases every 24 hours. To check the memory, press and release the test button until the peak CO level is displayed. So you press the test button, press and release until it's displayed. To clear it, I don't know why you'd need to clear it. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to read that out. There it is. Level will be saved for 24 hours. Do not clear memory if you're planning to have somebody come over to fix the thing. And then they say, but chances are, if there was a gas leak or a CO leak and now it's gone, it's not going to matter because well, you get my point. Troubleshooting. Horn chirps 3 times, like I told you, every minute. Malfunction. Unit needs to be replaced. If it's under warranty, call the manufacturer. 5 chirps, end of life. CO alarm goes back in. Okay, alarm goes back into alarm 4 minutes after you press the test silence button. CO levels indicate a potentially dangerous situation. Get the heck out of Dodge and call the fire department and do something. CO alarm sounds frequently even though no high level of CO are revealed in an investigation. It may be in a bad location. Relocate the alarm. Any questions? There's the customer number. Call them up. If it's under warranty, I forget how long the warranty is, but make them pay, make them replace it. Is that it? Now, some people are going to say, why did you ramble on about all that stuff? Why didn't you just talk fast or shut up and just show us how to install it? Mostly the reason I'm doing this video is not so you know how to put 2 screws in the wall, but a lot of people lose their instructions. They don't know how to shut it off. They don't know how to deactivate. They don't know how to mount it. They don't know how to turn it on. They don't know how to test it. They don't know what the chirps mean. So this video, just don't say, thanks for saving my life. I woke up in the middle of the night. There's a donation link in the video description. Click on it. Leave me $9,000. Thank you. Watch the video. Watch the ads. Turn off your ad blocker. What else is there? Affiliate link if you want to buy this in the video description. And I guess that's it. So let's go mount this thing. The dog is not going to like it when it starts off because, as I said, when you activate it, it's going to chirp and the dog's going to flip out. This is where I had it mounted for the last 7 years, 5 years, I don't know. Check out my other video on how to deactivate the other unit, but I just showed you how in this video. So all I'm going to do, you can see I took the unit away when I painted, so I don't have to worry about a bare paint mark. I am not going to remove the anchors because when you do that, you might be okay, or there might be some tear out. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screws out. And first what I'm going to do is see if I can make this thing mount on the screws that I have. I shouldn't be able to. 0.8 of an inch is not a lot unless you're a woman. That's the back of the unit, so what you want to do is yeah, this would be really nice if I could do this, but I don't think I can. That's a lot of space, ladies. It is really close. Gosh, it's just 0.8, but that's almost 0.8 to 0.5. That's a lot of space. Why did they do this? What I'm going to be doing is, I don't know if you can see that, little mark over here, little mark over here. That's 2 5/8. If you're metric, then look at the info that was on the instructions. 2 5/8. That way I don't really have to worry about. That's enough room. I can get my anchors mounted in there. I shouldn't have a problem. Look at this. You can see when I first installed it, it's way off. So this time I used a level, and even with the level, I looked at it and I went, wow, am I really that far off? So with the level, at least you're going to be able to figure out that your things are lined up. See the little dot over there and the bottom dot. And I'm still off a little bit, but I'm going to get this level. And right about there, yeah, I'm off a little. Then I'm going to get a small drill. I'm going to press it into drill it into the little dots for my pilot hole, and then I'm going to go with the 3/16, put the anchors in, and then we'll mount this thing. 5/64 of an inch, that's just going to be my pilot hole. 3/16, that's going to be the hole for the anchor. I'll show you what it looks like after I hand drill this, since I don't have my power drill here. This is very old school. You won't even find a drill like this nowadays, an old style hand drill. You saw how easy that was. The wall is only 5/8 of an inch thick. Be careful, you don't want to let the drill slam through like I did. You might hit some wires and you don't want to do that. And now I'm going to drill the other one, and then I'm going to go in with the 3/16, enlarge it a little bit, and then I'll knock in the anchors. When I'm looking at this right now, unless my eyes are off, this just looks like it's totally off. This doesn't look level at all, but maybe it is. Holes drilled. Doesn't matter if you have any of that dirt over there. You're going to be pushing your anchors in there. What did I want to say? Make sure you vacuum all the dust off of the carpet and the floor, especially if you have a pet. This is not really something you want the pet to be ingesting. So your holes, 3/16. Let's see how this works. Let's zoom on in a little bit so you can see it. So it should just slide right in there. You might need a little tap with the hammer or the back of the screwdriver, but see, it just goes against the wall. And what happens is when you put the screw into here, this piece, this back center piece expands and kind of holds this in a little bit. So I got a little dirt over here, a little bit of paint. I think by doing it this way, it moves it over a little bit, but I don't have to replace. And hopefully, the unit is still going to cover this. We'll see in a minute. Okay, first off, she's a mess because I haven't gotten her a haircut. I love the winter coat. She's really unhappy. She hates when I make videos, so I put her in most of my videos. She's just sitting here looking at me thinking, get this over with so I can have peace. It's not that I'm doing something different. She hates when I do anything that is anything. It really upsets her. So let's get this going. I should have done this before, but a quick check to make sure, is this going to work? It's going to work. It's going to cover up the other piece. So what you want to do, make sure these are pressed in all the way, and then you're going to take the screw and you're going to put it in, and you're only, man, it doesn't really look level, unless my brain is just off. Is that level? It doesn't look level at all. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe my head's tilted. Okay, so you're going to screw the screw in here on both of them, and you're going to leave it out about 1/8 of an inch. And the reason you want it out 1/8 of an inch is because you're going to be sliding. You're going to do this. It's going to go over the wall, and it's going to slide up there. And if you don't have it out 1/8 of an inch, it's not going to catch. That looks like about 1/8 of an inch, maybe too much, maybe too little. We'll find out by trying to slide the unit over both of these screws right now. You can always remove this from the screws, but assuming that everything is good right now, let's just flip the switch to on. And I don't know what's going to happen with the display. Let's take the cover off and see if anything happens. I'll flip it to on. And of course the dog barks because that's what she does. And yes, it's probably 81 degrees in here. I'm going to take it and try to slide it over the screws now. I'll be back. The hardest part of this is going to be looking behind this unit as you align it with the screws. That's why if your screw holes are off, this is not going to work. We're over there. We're going to slide it down. It doesn't want to slide down, which means that I have to go back there and loosen the screws so that it will slide down. I just wanted to say, in the instructions they tell you to keep the screw about 1/8 of an inch away. That's a lot more than 1/8 of an inch. And the reason you have to do that is because what they did is they put a double wall over here. So that's much more than 1/8 of an inch to get the screw behind these two pieces. It wasn't sliding on. I finally got it to slide on. Let's see if I can do it without turning it around. There we go. It's a very tight fit. It slides on. Now we have one more step. That step is going to make the dog bark. She hates these. She's a very good fire dog because she hates smoke alarms and fire alarms. But what we need to do now is we need to test this. And we're going to press this button down, and I believe it said, let's check. First step is, if this thing goes off and you want to silence it, press and hold the button on the top until the alarm is silenced. If it goes back off within 4 minutes, you definitely have a problem and you need to evacuate and get some help. Testing, a single beep will be issued after pressing the button on top and holding the test button. Following the single beep, 4 beep patterns will happen twice. So you'll have, press the button down, you'll hear 1 beep, then you're going to hear beep, 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 and then you're going to see TST for testing on the display. Let's do it. The dog is going to bark. I know she hates this. I am sorry, everybody. Turn your speakers down. It's probably going to be loud. Here we go. Test. We got the 4 beeps and the 4 beeps after the initial. Dog is not happy. That completes the installation of the first alert CO alarm. She is. Boy, is she happy this is over with. I love you, sweetheart. Yeah, I love you. Donations accepted. Click on the affiliate links in the video description or click on the PayPal link. Hopefully this keeps everybody safe. Install these alarms. If they trigger falsely, go out and buy another one. Install your smoke alarms. If they trigger falsely, either contact the company and try to get a replacement or go out and spend the money and buy a new one. We are talking about your life, your family's life, your house, and your safety.